Let's see what's in here. Hey you guys, so courtesy of Radio Shack, I'm able to do a cool little review for this boombox that I've been looking at their website and I really admired. And this is the QFX boombox, and it's just a really cool throwback to, you know, the time when we used to listen to music, to obviously the greatest music in history in the 80s. You know, it looks like it's got all the feels and the vibes of those old retro boom boxes. All right, so before we unbox this, I just want to mention that this is actually a cassette and radio converter. So what it does is it's got slots here for your USB and your SD card, and you can basically convert the music that's on the cassette into MP3s right into the drive. So I thought that was really, really cool, and I want to make sure I point that out. But you know, beside it being portable, I mean, just look at how small the footprint is. It looks great. Like whether you're going to put it on display and just turn it on from time to time, but also, I mean, it's got a lot of functionality. So, all right, let's go ahead and unbox this. And as you can see, right from the beginning, it's got the it's encapsulated in this plastic, and it's got the foam here, and as you can tell that it's got the registration and instructions or the manual right in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this out. There it is. So let me just give you kind of a point of comparison about the size here. So this is a VHS tape, and it's about the height of a VHS tape. Okay, pretty cool, right? And I would say the length of you know, maybe 3 or 4 VHS tapes, but just a small footprint. And this, you can just put batteries in here, and basically this is also where the cord is stored when you first get it. So the cord's in there, you can take that out and plug it in, and we'll do that in just a few minutes. This is the telescoping antenna. Okay, you can see that. And then it's got this, obviously this handle. Of course, every boombox needs to have a handle to be carried. And then you've got, here's your aesthetics. Here's a closer look at it. So there it is. And as you can see, this is what I was talking about earlier, but this is where you can put your USB, your SD card, and basically control that here. And so the other thing I want to mention here is on the side, sometimes I was overlooking when I first opened this up, but basically you've got the headphone jack right here on the side. And okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the LED display. So this was really nice. You've got the LED display. This will help you really tune in when you're moving the tuner around and really be precise on your tuning, which I think is really important. It's sort of a must-have on these boom boxes. And the other thing you notice is if you look at it this way, you've got the bass, mids, and the treble here that you're able to control on the knobs, which is really, really nice. And you've got your standard assortment for the cassette player here, the play, stop, eject, pause, and the record button. And then here you can see you've got a band selection, so you can pick radio, Bluetooth, MP3, and you can select tape player. And you've got the different bands here, the FM, AM, and you've got your volume knob here, and then you've got your tuning knob right over here. So really attractive, really nice, and I'll show you, you know, this is really cool, but just check out how smooth the eject button here is. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And so let's go ahead and turn it on and give it a quick kind of play and listen and see what it sounds like, okay? All right, so obviously you can use a battery with this, but I decided to plug it in this time. But let's go ahead and try this out. I went ahead and raised the telescoping antenna, and I'm going to go ahead and select radio. All right, so there it is. It's on now. And let's give it a little whirl here. And obviously I can't play music for too long. I don't want to run into any copyright issues, but here we go. And there's your power indicator there. There we go. There's the LED level indicator coming up as we find a station. There we go. Let's listen to that. Pretty cool. Yes, oh my yard. Yes, oh my yard. All right. So it's pretty loud, actually. All right, let's put a cassette in real quick and check it out. But I really like that that level indicator. It's really helpful. All right, let's switch it down to tape, and we're getting ready to pop in the cassette. All right, so how about we try a little bit of Miami Vice here, and give it a listen. All right, here we go. Here we go. Very nice. That sounded great. There it is coming out. Very smooth. I mean, it sounds fantastic. For a small platform like this, for it to sound like this, and I think you're probably getting pretty good audio here. I'm using a Rode mic, but it just, in this room, in my 80s room, it sounds fantastic. I mean, it's great to be able to put up on a shelf and just be able to get that kind of volume in here without having to use my other system, which is like a full-blown Panasonic 80s system. But I thought this was fantastic. Let me try to find something else, and I'll pop it in there to give us a little bit more control over the. I'll play around with the bass and the mid and the treb. Okay. All right. So let's see what this sounds like, and check out some of the features. Let me put my drink down here, and so I made this tape a while back. It's a little mix tape. Let's go ahead and pop it in. I think we got a little bit of Gloria Estefan in here or something. So let's just see if we have something poppy, and let's hit play and see what it sounds like. Oh, I think it's Endless Love there. Let's go ahead and let's change it out and turn it to the other side and see what I got on here. I could have sworn I had some Miami Sound Machine on here. There we go. All right, give it a little more bass and mid and range. Put in the center for the treble. All right. Okay, so I mean that sounds great. I have to say, you know, I played another tape earlier and I turned it up pretty much all the way, and it sort of rattled a little bit, but it was an older tape. It was from 1983, and this one's a little bit newer, and it sounds really, really great. So I think it just depends on the tape. So don't be surprised while you're using the volume knob that as you turn up really loud, depending on the age of the tape. You might get a little bit of rattling on there, a little sound, but otherwise, if you have a newer tape, you shouldn't have that issue. The equalizer works great. I always like to, you know, have a little bit of extra bass in my music. I keep the mids right in the middle pretty much, and the treble in the middle. Yeah, I mean, it sounds very, very good for a couple of small speakers and a small platform. I mean, this is one of those things where I could really comfortably take it out. I live in the West Coast in San Diego. Take it out to the beach with batteries, obviously, and just give it a. It's going to sound good, and people are probably going to say it looks great too. Speaking of aesthetics, this is the UM-1 QFX. So this is the all black version. I know that this comes in a couple of different skins. I know there's one where it's got a little bit of wood paneling here and on the sides, and so. You know, if that's still available, I would grab that because it just looks fantastic. But this is kind of like a classic version, and that Radio Shack sent me, and I think it looks fantastic. I want to add that obviously I'm going to probably spend a little bit more time testing this USB and SD card section. I'll probably make a follow-up video down the line. If you'd like me to, go ahead and leave a comment. Just say yes, please make a follow-up video on how this whole recording or transfer feature works. And yeah, I'll do that, and I'll spend a little bit more time on that. But you know, I think overall, you know, as you make your purchasing decision, I think what you got to consider here, and what I really love about this radio, this Boombox, is the size of the platform, the sound you get out of it for the cost, and the aesthetics you get out of it as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I do want to say that when you unpackage this, it comes with basically like a quick start guide, and it comes in a few different languages. This is obviously the English language. It gives you a little bit of a tour of the radio, so I thought that was really cool. But other than that, really right out of the box, it's ready to go, and it's pretty simple to use. So I think it's a great opportunity to get into the Boombox platform without breaking the bank. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you like, subscribe to my channel. I do plan on doing more product reviews and spending more time sharing some of these things that are inspired from the greatest times, you know, the 80s and 90s. I mean, this is just a very, very cool little throwback radio. And when I saw it, I was like, I got to share this with my peeps. All right. So I hope you liked it. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you thought. If there's something you really want me to cover in another video, mention it. And I will see you guys back on here. All right. Thank you and stay rad.